Welcome back to Supreme Auto Elite, where today, we unravel the untold story of one of the wildest creations ever unleashed on the streets of this planet. This is not just a car, not just a supercar, this is the Lamborghini Huracan, a car that doesn't just break rules. It burns them, spits flames on them, and then screams past them at 8,500 RPM. But how did we get here? How did Lamborghini create one of the greatest supercars of the modern era? And what made this machine so iconic, that even after a decade, it still dominates the streets, the racetracks, the culture, and the hearts of millions? To understand the madness, we must go back to where it all started. The birth of a monster. It is the year 2013. Inside Lamborghini's secret design headquarters, designers, engineers, aerodynamic experts, and sound specialists are gathered around a table. On that table lies a sketch, a rough pencil drawing of something sharp, violent, futuristic, something that looks less like a car, and more like a weapon. That sketch was the first drawing of what would become the Huracan. But why did Lamborghini create it? Simple. The world demanded a successor to the legendary Gallardo. The Gallardo wasn't just any car. It was Lamborghini's most successful model ever, selling over 14,000 units. Replacing it was like replacing a king. So Lamborghini knew, the next car had to be dramatic, beautiful, terrifying, technologically advanced, and above all, it had to feel alive. And so the project began. The name that carries a storm. You see, every Lamborghini has a name that means something. A story, a legacy, a piece of history. The Huracan is no different. The name comes from a legendary Spanish fighting bull, a beast known for its courage, speed, and unstoppable nature. But there is another meaning. Huracan also means hurricane, a violent storm, fast, unpredictable, destructive, and once you hear it scream at redline, you realize the name fits perfectly. The moment Lamborghini announced the name, the world already knew. This wasn't going to be a car. It was going to be a force of nature. A design for the future. The first full design prototypes of the Huracan emerged inside Centro-style Lamborghini, the brand's design studio in Sant'Ada Bolognese, Italy. The instructions were clear. The new car must be sharp, angry, dangerous, and must have the signature Lamborghini DNA. The weapon-like, aerodynamic, stealth fighter look. So the designers built it around the most important shape in Lamborghini history. The hexagon. Everything from the headlights, the tail lamps, the air vents, the exhaust, even the dashboard buttons, are shaped using hexagons, not because it looks cool, but because Lamborghini believes hexagons represent strength and precision. Just like a fighter jet. Speaking of fighter jets, the interior of the Huracan is inspired directly from the F-22 Raptor and Eurofighter Typhoon cockpits. That's why the start button has a red missile-style cover. The switches look like aircraft toggles. The digital dash looks like an aviation HUD. The whole cabin feels like a cockpit. Lamborghini didn't want you to feel like a driver. They wanted you to feel like a pilot. And that pilot feeling became the identity of the Huracan. The moment the world saw it for the first time. In 2014, Lamborghini unveiled the Huracan at the Geneva Motor Show. People expected something great, but what they saw was something else entirely. The world saw a shape so sharp, it looked like it could slice the air. A stance so wide, it looked like a wild animal ready to attack. A design so aggressive, it made every other supercar look boring. And then came the sound. The sound that changed everything. The first public rev of the naturally aspirated V10 echoed through the hull like thunder inside a tunnel. Deep, raw, violent, pure mechanical emotion. This was not an engine. This was a heartbeat. The crowd went silent, then erupted in applause. And that day, the legend was born. The mission: create the ultimate driver's supercar. When the development team was asked about the goal of the Huracan, they didn't say, make it faster. They didn't say, make it louder. They didn't say, make it more expensive. They said, make it unforgettable. So they gave it a handmade, high-revving 5.2-liter V10, an insane 8,500 RPM redline, 602 horsepower, later 640 plus, a lightning-fast dual-clutch gearbox, a new lightweight chassis, a brand new dynamic steering system, and an intelligent AWD system. These features weren't numbers, they were sensations. The Huracan wasn't built for straight lines. It was built for corners, drifting, precision, emotion. It was built to be alive in your hands. The purpose behind the madness. Supercars often chase numbers, acceleration, top speed, horsepower. But Lamborghini does not build cars for numbers. They build cars for feelings. They build cars for the heart. The Huracan wasn't created because the world needed another fast car. It was created because Lamborghini wanted to give the world a machine that feels like freedom. Raw freedom, loud freedom, beautiful freedom, freedom with flames shooting out of the exhaust at 8,000 RPM. The Huracan is a reminder that driving is not a task. It's an experience, a passion, a lifestyle, and that is why the Huracan became a monster. Not because of what it can do, but because of what it makes you feel. The heart of a beast. The legendary V10. If the design of the Huracan is the body, then the V10 is the soul. A soul forged in fire, shaped by precision, and engineered to scream like a mythological creature rising from the underworld. Because the Huracan does not simply have an engine. It lives through it. Today, we open the hood, not literally, because it's a Lamborghini and nothing is ever that simple. But we dive into the engineering insanity behind one of the most iconic powerplants in automotive history. Fire the origin of the V10, a powerplant with no fear. Let's start with a crazy fact. The Lamborghini V10 is one of the last naturally aspirated supercar engines still in production. No turbos, no superchargers, no electric assist, just pure mechanical violence. You see, in a world where brands chase efficiency and silence, Lamborghini does the opposite. They chase emotion, and nothing, absolutely nothing, creates emotion like a naturally aspirated engine. Pulling air on its own, revving to the heavens, and screaming like a possessed demon at 8,500 RPM. That's why the V10 exists. Not because it's practical, not because it's easy to build, but because Lamborghini still believes that cars should have a heartbeat. Gear the V10 blueprint. What makes it so insane? Let's break down the monster. 5.2 liters, 10 cylinders in a V shape, 40 valves, direct and port fuel injection, dry sump lubrication, 8,500 RPM redline, 602 to 640 horsepower depending on model. But these numbers don't tell the full story. The real insanity lies in the engineering philosophy. This engine is designed to be 100% responsive, 100% emotional, 100% violent, 100% unforgettable. Here's how they made that happen. Wrench 1. Dual injection system. 2 fuel systems in one engine. Normal cars have one fuel system. The Huracan's V10 has 2. Direct injection. Fires fuel straight into the combustion chamber. Sharp, precise, efficient. Port injection. Sprays fuel into the intake manifold. Smoother, cooler, more emotional. When combined, they create better throttle response, more horsepower, a cleaner, sharper redline, a sound that vibrates your spine. Lamborghini uses this system not for efficiency, but for emotion. Wrench 2. Titanium intake valves, light enough to dance at 8,000 RPM. Titanium is used in spacecraft and fighter jets. Why? Because it's strong, light, and can survive extreme heat. Lamborghini used this metal to make the valves inside the V10, allowing them to open and close at insane speeds, without exploding. Fun fact, each valve moves 40 times per second at redline. If you did that with steel, the engine would tear itself apart. Wrench 3. The dry sump. Why the Huracan can drift like a snake. Most cars have wet sump oil systems, but the Huracan uses a dry sump like Formula 1 cars. This means lower center of gravity, better oil pressure, no oil starvation during hard cornering, top-tier performance on track, endurance during extreme G-forces. This is why the Huracan drifts, slides, and corners like a professional assassin on wheels. Wrench 4. The F1 style crankshaft, for perfect sound and zero vibration. The Huracan uses a flat plane crankshaft design, similar to Ferrari and Formula 1 engines. This gives a razor-sharp throttle response, A high-pitched F1 style scream. Instant torque delivery. Perfect cylinder balancing. This crankshaft design is the secret behind why the Huracan sounds so violent, so exotic, so Lamborghini. Fire the sound. Not heard, but felt. The Huracan's sound isn't an accident. It's engineered like a musical instrument. Lamborghini has a dedicated team called the Sound Quality Engineers. Their job is literally make the car sound more insane. They tune the intake resonance, the exhaust chambers, the valve timing, the firing order, the muffler airflow. The goal, to create that spine-melting, eardrum-tickling, heart-stopping V10 scream. And here's a fact. At full throttle, the Huracan produces 122 decibels of sound. That's louder than a chainsaw, a jet engine from 300 meters, a rock concert. When you downshift in a tunnel, it sounds like the gates of hell opening. Rocket the 0 to 100 experience, not speed, but explosion. The Huracan hits 0 to 100 km/h in just 2.9 seconds. But that number is boring. The real experience feels like your organs shift inside your body. Your spine tightens. Your ears fill with pressure. Your heart rate spikes. The world blurs. The engine screams. The tires claw the asphalt. And then suddenly, you're there. The V10 doesn't push you forward. It launches you like a missile. Fire the Huracan's V10 in pop culture. Because of its sound, the Huracan has become a YouTube icon, a TikTok soundtrack legend, a Hollywood supercar, a billionaire showpiece, a dream poster for millions. Every car guy knows the sound. Even non-car people know the scream. It has become a symbol of wealth, power, and ultimate rebellion. This engine is not just engineering. It is culture, DNA, the lineage. Why this V10 is the last of its kind. When the Huracan was created, Lamborghini knew something. The world was changing. Electric cars were coming. Regulations were tightening. Turbos were taking over. So they made the Huracan V10. The final, perfect evolution of the naturally aspirated era. No turbos needed. No electric boost. Just a pure mechanical soul. The V10 is a tribute. A celebration. A final roar of the old world before silence takes over. When the Huracan retires, this engine dies with it. There will never be another like it. The track monster. Huracan STO. The Huracan STO is not just a car. It's Lamborghini telling the world, we can build a road-legal race car that scares even pro drivers. STO stands for Super Trofeo Omologata, meaning a road-legal version of Lamborghini's GT3 and Super Trofeo race cars. This beast was engineered using racing aerodynamics, race car braking systems, race car weight reduction, race car air channels, race car steering setup. Everything on this car screams fire, born for the track, leaking onto the road. Crazy fact number 28. The STO has 420 kilograms of downforce. At high speeds, the Huracan STO pushes itself into the ground with the weight of 5 grown men. That's downforce so strong, the tires literally bite into the asphalt. Why? Because Lamborghini redesigned the entire front end called the Cofango. One single piece, front bumper plus hood plus fender merged, reduces weight, increases airflow, makes the car faster in corners. It's like they took an airplane wing and glued it to the front of the car. Crazy fact number 29. Racing brakes worth more than a Suzuki Alto. The STO uses Brembo CCMR brakes, normally used in Formula racing. These brakes cost money bag more than a Suzuki Alto in Pakistan. And they can endure extreme temperature, take lap after lap without fading, stop the car from 100 km/h in just 30 meters. That's insane. Crazy fact number 30. Insanely lightweight. The Huracan STO is 43 kilograms lighter than the already insane Performante. Lamborghini used magnesium wheels, carbon panels, titanium bolts, lightweight interior, race seats. It's so light that the ratio becomes racing car extreme power plus low weight equals dangerous speed. Only skilled drivers should mess with Insanto. Crazy fact number 31. Rear wheel steering equals overpowered handling. The STO has rear wheel steering, meaning at low speeds right pointing arrow back tires turn opposite direction. At high speeds, right pointing arrow back tires turn same direction. Results: tighter cornering, sharper response, race car precision. It feels like the car reads your mind. Huracan technologies from the future. The Huracan didn't just use technology. It introduced it. Crazy fact number 32. Lamborghini's LDVI system is practically an AI. LDVI equals Lamborghini Dinamica Veicolo Integrata. This system predicts your next move, adjusts traction, adjusts torque, adjusts suspension, adjusts steering, in 20 milliseconds. That's faster than you can blink. It uses gyroscopes, accelerometers, wheel speed sensors, driving history. It creates a digital version of your driving style, and then helps you drive better. It's like having a mini robot co-pilot. Crazy fact number 33, a fusion chassis made from space-grade materials. The car uses a hybrid structure: aluminum, carbon fiber, forged composites, foam-filled members. Why? Because Lamborghini didn't want a supercar. They wanted a rigid weapon. The chassis flex is nearly zero, meaning the car responds instantly. Crazy fact number 34, Huracan's aerodynamics are self-adapting. Some versions have Ala Aerodinamica Lamborghini Attiva. Active flaps on the front, active flaps on the rear, air channels inside the body. Ala can create maximum downforce, zero drag, balanced mode, in just fractions of a second. It's like the car changes shape while driving. Crazy fact number 35, Lamborghini's forged carbon changed the industry. Before the Huracan, carbon fiber was expensive, difficult, slow to produce. Lamborghini invented fire-forged composite technology, where carbon fiber is pressed like pizza dough at high pressure. Benefits: lighter than carbon, stronger, cheaper, faster to make, more complex shapes. Aircraft companies and space companies now use the same tech. Huracan literally influenced aerospace engineering. Huracan in movies, games and pop culture. The Huracan became an instant cultural icon. Crazy fact number 36, most featured modern Lambo in movies. Movies where Huracan appeared: Doctor Strange, Need for Speed, The Fate of the Furious, Transformers, 6 Underground, John Wick series in posters and references. Directors love the Huracan because it looks aggressive, easy to film, beautiful from all angles, recognizable instantly. Crazy fact number 37, top choice of YouTubers and influencers. Huge influencers love the Huracan. Mr. Beast, Shmee150, Daily Driven Exotics, Alex Choi, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, Mo Vlogs, Supercar Blondie. Why? Because a Huracan boosts views, flex, branding. The shape is iconic. The engine sound is addictive. The presence is powerful. Crazy fact number 38, one of the top supercars in video games. Huracan is featured in GTA, Forza Horizon, NFS Heat, Asphalt 9, CSR Racing, Real Racing 3, The Crew 2, Gran Turismo. Gamers love it because perfect shape, great handling, famous engine sound, mod-friendly. It's the most downloaded Lambo in gaming mods. The sound engineering of the Huracan. The Huracan sound isn't an accident. It's science plus emotion. Crazy fact number 39, engineers tuned the exhaust like a musical instrument. They used acoustic chambers, pressure zones, resonance tuning, frequency filters, valve control. The result: musical note AV10 scream at 8,500 RPM. That sounds like a mix of F1 car, fighter jet, lion roar. People stop walking just to record it. Crazy fact number 40, there's a pulse chamber behind the seats. This cavity amplifies vibrations, engine notes, resonance, meaning you don't just hear the V10, you feel it in your chest. That's why Huracan owners never close the windows in tunnels. Crazy fact number 41, the sound changes with driving mode. Strada equals calm, Sport equals aggressive pops, Casa equals pure race mode. In Casa, valve control creates sharper notes, more volume, shorter gear shifts, violent backfires. It's the closest thing to driving a real race car. The most extreme Huracan variants ever made. Many people think the Huracan has only a few models. But Lamborghini created over 15 special variants. Here are the craziest. 1. Huracan Performante. Active aerodynamics. Forged carbon. Nürburgring record holder. Wildest V10 ever. 2. Huracan STO. Track monster. 75% race car parts. 3. Huracan Technica. Perfect balance. Street plus track hybrid. Improved cooling system. 4. Huracan Evo. Upgraded tech. Powerful dynamics. AI-based LDVI system. 5. Huracan Sterrato. Off-road version. Raised suspension. Rally mode. All-terrain tires. Roof scoop. Protective cladding. It's a Lamborghini that can drift on sand. 6. Huracan Avio. Inspired by fighter jets. 7. Huracan Polizia. A real police version used in Italy. 8. Huracan Super Trofeo Evo. A full race car used in Lamborghini's championship series. The end of the Huracan era. The Huracan ended production in 2024. Why? Because emission laws tightened. V10 engines became too loud. Hybrid era is taking over. Lamborghini is shifting to hybrid V8 engines. This marks the end of an era. Heartbreak, the last naturally aspirated Lamborghini V10 the world will ever see. Huracan will forever be the icon, the YouTube supercar, the dream car, the daily supercar, the loud masterpiece, the cultural legend. Collectors say, right finger, Huracan prices will rise like crazy in the future. The Huracan's mind-blowing custom builds. The Huracan is the most modified Lamborghini in history. Owners spend more money on mods than the price of many cars. Here are the wildest custom Huracans ever created. Crazy fact number 42. The first twin-turbo Huracan reached 333 plus km/h in a 1/2 mile. Companies like Underground Racing, Sheepy Race, Boost Logic, AMS Performance, turned the Huracan into a rocket. A twin-turbo Huracan can make fire 1500 HP, 3000 plus HP. That's more than a Bugatti Chiron. And the craziest part, most of these cars are still street legal. Crazy fact number 43. The Huracan body can handle 4000 plus horsepower. The chassis is so strong. It doesn't twist even at insane power levels. That's why YouTubers and racers prefer Huracan for drag racing, roll racing, standing mile, highway pulls. It's the perfect base for world record builds. Crazy fact number 44. Alex Choi's Huracan is a street-legal military vehicle. His famous Unicorn V3 Huracan is one of the wildest ever. Military-style cage, open-wheel design, exposed suspension, custom titanium exhaust, aircraft switches, fighter jet roof light. It looks like a Lamborghini made for the apocalypse. Crazy fact number 45. The Huracan can survive extreme abuse. YouTubers have drifted it, jumped it over ramps, burned tires till smoke covered a whole street, raced it in deserts, driven it in snowstorms, taken it off-road. One Huracan even did fire 100,000 plus km with zero engine rebuild.